Hi, I'm Katie Moonstone. Welcome back. This is your energy weekly update for the first week of December. This week will be far more impactful than what most of us will expect. December is saying it's time for you to step forward, but not yet. The final full moon of the year marks closing of a cycle. And it's a cycle that you've been carrying all year long. So this full moon isn't going to come gently either. The full moon in Gemini happens on December 4th around 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. This full moon will be like getting fate served to you. So if any of you have like Gemini in your charts, that is the house it's going to affect the most. The moon will be at 13 degrees. The north node will be in Pisces and the south node will be in Virgo. All of them will be sitting at 13 degrees. 13 is the number of transformation. The nodes are points of faith, or fate. Sorry, not faith. Some of you might need to have more faith, or you will begin to have more faith on or around this time. Your north node is, well, your south node are things that you've already accomplished in past lives, and your north node is things that you need to learn. So they're all going to, you're going to end up with fated things that need to happen to close out these cycles. Gemini, so, and these will be marked as fated events. Like they will be impossible for you can't escape it. So if you are a Gemini, Pisces, Virgo, and or a Sagittarius, you're going to get hit the most on this full moon. The full moon will reveal something for you to let go of in order for you to harvest something else. So you're going to have to let go of something in order to gain something. This full moon is ruled by Mercury. Mercury will be in Scorpio. And keep in mind, Mercury just went direct. And Scorpio is the sign of all things hidden and unseen. So the signs I mentioned, Gemini, what was it? It was Gemini, Pisces, Virgo, and Sagittarius. You will get hit the most, and you will also be getting clarity on whatever happened during the Mercury retrograde. Excuse me. Most of you will be letting go of something. Mercury will also be trining Jupiter and Saturn. Saturn is also direct right now. And Saturn is the planet of karma, and it's finishing up in the sign of fated endings and karma in Pisces. Pisces is a sign of change. Mars and Chiron will both be at 22 degrees, so expect changes in partnerships. Mars and Chiron will be in conjunction, so whatever you are trying to accomplish or do in your life right now, you have to go about it in a different way in order for it to work. So no more being on autopilot and rigid routines this week. So do something different in it. For the signs, so a lot of you might have to do something different, and it might trigger you, and it might trigger like an old wound. And when it comes to being assertive or taking action or doing what's right for you and not what's right for other people. So this is going to trigger or open up many things. Especially for those that do not want to face it, especially if you are in those 4 signs. Pretty sure I said 4 signs, yeah. Yep. What did I say? It was Gemini, Pisces, Virgo, and Sagittarius. And then with the 22 degrees coming early January, we will have a Capricorn conjunction with these 3 planets. So Capricorns, you are going to get a little bit of a foreshadowing or like a taste or a preview after the full moon. So whatever these 4 signs are going through, you're going to feel it probably 3 days or 4 days afterwards. And it'll be like a preview before early January hits Capricorns. So Capricorns, you're also going to feel the energy of this a little after the full moon before we move early in January. This full moon is loosely opposing Venus, so expect some conflicts to arise in relationships. Now, Venus just entered Sagittarius on November 30th. So Venus obviously is the planet of love, and Sagittarius is all about adventures, truth. It's the sister sign of Gemini. So expect like you becoming into, as you come into your truth or your authentic self, it's more like you're doing soul work for yourself, or on that type of level. It's more, soul work, spiritual work. Yeah, sorry. Anyways, moving along. So also expect some conflicts to arise in relationships that will come up during this full cold moon, especially because of the full moon being in the sign of Gemini. Now, Gemini is the sign of duality, the yin and the yang, right? The lovers. This is to bring balance back into your life. And Gemini is all about speaking your mind, your truth, but also speaking before thinking, but still holding your truth. A lot of Geminis, we tend to blurt things out, but it still holds truth, even though a lot of people don't like that. This week, you will see a shift in perspective. You're finally going to see things as they truly are, without filters that you used to use before, without the like things that you used to like sweep away. I can't think of that word right now. Anyways, like excuses. The last moon of the year always carries a message, but this moon is going to bring in a final verdict. This will be the energy that decides what version of you enters in the new year of 2026, which will be the year of the horse. Not only will this moon end a chapter in your life for all signs, but it will hit the hardest for the 4 that I mentioned earlier, and then Capricorns will be following suit, like 4 days after. So whatever the 4 signs I mentioned, we're going to experience this. Capricorns, you're right behind us. So I have a Sagittarius in my house that I live with, and a Capricorn as well. So we're all gonna feel it, and I kind of started feeling the energy yesterday. So and a lot of this energy is gonna be more mental, because Gemini is all about intellect. So if you're a person that likes to stay inside your head, you're going to get a shift perspective. It's going to be a wake up for you. The last moon of the year always comes with a message, like I said, but this is going to bring in a final verdict. This will be the energy, of course, of who are you going to be when you step into 2026. So not only will this moon end a chapter of your life, but it'll also expose the one that you were meant to begin. And when this energy combines with what comes next, things will escalate very quickly. Jupiter will not allow you to play small. It expands you, so you won't be able to shrink yourself or pretend everything's okay, especially if situations were not meant for you. Jupiter will help shine a light on things that have been waiting for movement. So those things that you've been putting on pause or putting to the back burner, Jupiter's going to shine a light right on it. When you understand something about yourself, that changes how you, when you understand something about yourself, that's the very change that's going to help you move forward, is basically what I wanted to say. And then the bigger picture is going to start making sense. So expect moments this week where things just click in your mind, a realization, a truth, an inner shift that feels too precise to ignore. Gemini is all about intellect, your mind, and Jupiter brings the expansion inside of you to show up in the outer world. The more honest you are with yourself during this alignment this week, the quicker and faster the universe will respond for you. Not to you, for you. Expect a lot of people to have unexpected mood swings, especially those of not of those signs, because a lot of people don't like, a lot of other signs don't like to handle the energy of Gemini. Gemini likes to be fast-paced, but the energy of this moon is saying, no, we're not talking about action. Don't make the action. Here's a glimpse. And Geminis, this is going to be very hard for you. Hey, you're going to get a glimpse of something, but don't jump yet. Geminis like to jump very fast, especially when it comes to change. We're more acceptable to change. We've just like, hey, if we're going to change, let's just rip the Band-Aid off and go after it, right? This is going to be hard for Geminis because you're going to have to sit back and be like, okay, I know where I'm going, but now I got to wait. Patience. Jupiter brings the expansion inside of you so that it will show up in your outer world. The more honest you are with yourself during this alignment this week, the quicker and faster the universe will respond. Expect a lot of people to have unexpected mood swings because things hidden, stuck, and frozen are going to come out. This is because your body reacts to truth before your mind is ready to admit it. Expect being more sensitive during this time or having emotional waves. And this is because something bigger is forming behind it. And some of you will feel drained faster. Like you'll be fine all day and then all of a sudden, boom, you're drained. You need to take a nap or you need to sit down for a minute. You're gonna have sudden feelings of being just drained. And then it works the opposite. Some of you might be drained 1 minute, but then all of a sudden a burst of energy comes out of nowhere. You will be guided and pointed towards things before 2006 announces itself. It's like a little trailer to your next evolution. It won't be the whole story, but expect little glimpses or flashes or moments that feel too meaningful to ignore. Expect the urge to prepare for something bigger. You'll be drawn to the different now. So you'll be drawn to different types of people, different types of environments, different conversations. This is alignment activating early. It's not asking for action, Geminis. It's just asking for awareness. Sagittarius are going to have a hard time with that as well. So it's not asking for action. It's just asking for awareness. The seeds of 2026 have already been planted. This will be your confirmation that your path has shifted. It won't be subtle. It will be impossible to deny. Your intuition will speak before logic catches up. This is a guidance system that is pointing you towards something that's meant for you. As this week unfolds, you will feel a magnetic pull towards only one thing. And you won't be able to explain it or why it keeps resurfacing, and for some reason or another, why it's going to feel urgent. But you know it's real, and it suddenly feels very clear. This week will sharpen pattern recognitions, and you will suddenly begin to see the links to why things got postponed this year. It won't feel random, it will feel very interconnected. So this is clarity that doesn't need proof. And understand that this week, the more your inner world changes, I'm saying this wrong. Okay. The more your inner world changes faster than your outer world, the old people around you will not understand you anymore. That's because they are no longer aligned with you. A lot of people, especially let's say old, like people you've been hanging on to that no longer serve you, they don't want to be left behind, so they're going to guilt trip you. It's because, and the reason why you're feeling this pull with these people, it's because your inner world has changed, you're growing, and they have not. So that's your confirmation, right? So when your inner world changes faster than your outer world, the people around you are not going to understand you. And that's because you're no longer aligned. They're no longer aligned with you. And I've noticed this at all this week. And I also noticed like something was troubling me inside, and I didn't speak about it at all. Of course, I never do. But when something was bothering inside of me, my outer world was very chaotic. It wasn't me that was being chaotic. It was the outer world. And I noticed that a couple days ago, and I was like, why is everything falling apart? And I just kept silent. And I'm looking around going, why are these people freaking out? Why are they falling apart? And then when I got home, I thought about it, and I'm like, you know, it's because I'm not speaking about what's inside. And then when I fixed it, I went to work today and everything ran smoothly. Everybody was they were kind of trauma dumping, but at the same time, they got it off their chest, but they were fine. It was so weird. So you might notice that. So that's just confirmation. Hey, you know, it goes with the scriptures in the Bible. When you fix your inner world, your outer world starts making sense, right? So something to think about. Remember, their confusion is not a sign that you're doing something wrong. It's a sign of growth. Growth always creates distance before it creates alignment. And for some of you, this moon will pull your dreams from the edges of your reality, and it will be too strange, but it's going to be realistic. So your dreams are going to come true for some of you. And expect routines to break and things getting canceled. The moon's goal this week is to break patterns on purpose, especially those who live in mental loops or stay inside their heads. Those who stay busy but are not aligned to anything. They stay busy because they don't want to face anything, so they're not aligned to anything. So expect a lot of free time. Expect unexpected free time this week is what I should say. This is going to be a very interesting week, especially with the full moon being in Gemini. So those 4 signs, 5 signs technically, good luck to you all, because we're all going to need it. Anyways, I was going to just dive right in, but I want to get, we're being asked, some of you might just dive right on in. All right. Some of you might get some sort of an announcement, and then that announcement is gonna climb towards success. Feather, someone you know is undependable and insincere, so be very careful of that. And it might have something to do with dealings or relationship with this man or a man in your life. Maybe some of you are gonna climb towards success, but someone might stop you. Just so you know, you're guaranteed success. You got the Star card. Some of you are going to be very, very successful. Some of you are going to end something but get a major breakthrough. And some of you might need to be careful and don't take any risks. And some of you have some hard work ahead of you. Bottom of the deck, a chain of events. There will be a chain of events that will affect your life. But you notice that chain is not broken. So it's time to break that chain. All right, let's just dive right in. I didn't even get an advice card, so I'm just being pulled to dive right in. I'm sorry. All signs, let's see what we need to know for this week. You will be working together with someone. Maybe you planted a seed with someone. So maybe someone this year, but it will come to fruition. Also could be a third-party situation. I don't foresee that though. I don't feel that. I feel like you are going to be working together with someone. Queen of Wands, if you resonate with the Queen of Wands, typically that is a fire sign, female energy. Doesn't have to be. Maybe you're just young, vibrant, creative. You got that creative spark. Maybe somebody wants to work together with you. Oh, Queen of Wands, you might be working together with God himself. Or maybe you need to work together with someone because you have legal issues. This is typically my I call this my God card. So God's got something to say to you, and it's a one-on-one. But if you are a Queen of Wands and you are in some sort of a legal situation, some sort of contract, maybe you're going to get married, but you will be working together with someone. And I do feel like it will work out. But it's going to work out for all and for the highest good of all involved. It's not going to work out for you to be like the winner, you know. It's going to work out. It's more like a mediation. It'll work out for the highest good of all involved. Anyways, Queen of Wands, God is saying you are about to enter a marriage or a new soul contract. I also feel like you have a choice to make. Yeah, you're going to have to, this is going to require you to grow up and release your past. And when you do this, you will not be reminiscing about your past anymore. Yeah, you won't even be soul searching. It's like you found all the answers. You know exactly where to go and what to do. Right now, somebody is not happy. Why? Because, hey, my earth angels, Queen of Cups, water sign energy, doesn't have to be. Maybe you're just an earth angel. You are loving and kind. Somebody is not happy because you're not bitter. You're still loving and kind, and someone's not happy. Oh, the person that's not happy is this woman. She's the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Typically, this is you are everything she is not. You are loving and kind and caring. She is not giving at all. Probably not even mentally stable, but she's not giving. She's not happy. It's more of a jealousy thing. Anyways, it's karmic. She's going to reap some sort of karma because why? You did not become like your enemies. So she's going to reap some sort of karma. She might even make a phone call to talk to you. Whatever it is that she's trying to do, maybe she wants to hurt you or get some sort of reaction out of you. She's not going to be brokenhearted, but she needs to heal something in her heart, which is why you two are connected. So you are going to say something or deliver some sort of message to heal this woman's heart. I'm going to say it's a feminine energy, but it doesn't have to be. Could be a earth sign energy, but it doesn't have to be. Just some type of woman in your life that is not loving and kind. She's not giving. She might not even be mentally or financially stable, but you are going to bring some sort of key or some sort of word of advice to heal her broken heart. She's going to reach out to you. Don't fight. She doesn't want to fight, and she does not want to cause an injustice, okay? It's more of a, she's got a little, I like to say a little demon, and you're just going to help her to release it. She is losing money or something tangible, but it was divinely guided. Anyways, the divine has something to say at this time, or if you are a high priest, you know somebody made a bad judgment call. A high priest is somebody, typically they've got psychic abilities, but they know someone made a bad judgment call. Anyways, the divine knows that, hey, someone made a bad judgment call and they will be reaping some sort of negative karma during this time. Remember, Saturn has gone direct, so now it's time. You reaped what you sowed, right? But they're also, the divine is also asking someone out there, don't sever ties, let the truth come out. The truth will come out. Someone made a bad judgment call, don't sever ties, the truth will come out. But don't reconcile at this time, and don't celebrate. It's not a time for celebration, and it's not a time for reconciliation. Especially to someone who knows this woman. This woman is the Nine of Pentacles. She's left all by herself, so someone made a bad judgment call. Maybe somebody does want to work together with her, but the divine is telling her and whoever else, hey, don't sever ties, but right now it's not a time to reconcile. It's not a time to celebrate just yet. Why? Because the divine has something for this woman to do. The Nine of Pentacles is typically someone who's got their shit together. They got all their pentacles. One more pentacle and they'd have it all. The divine is telling this Nine of Pentacles, hey, me and you got some work to do, but in the meantime, the people that hurt you, they got some karma to pay. All right, so it's not a time to reconcile just yet, and it's not a time to celebrate at this time. But this Nine of Pentacles knows something about this King of Pentacles. Like I said, one more pentacle and she'd have it all. This guy knows it. Could be an earth sign, doesn't have to be. Maybe he's a wealthy man. Them two together would be a power couple. They haven't reconciled yet, and they're not celebrating anything, but them two are going to be divinely guided to have a face-to-face talk. This is the Two of Cups. This is a soul connection. Could be twin flame connection. It is definitely, they are being guided to have a face-to-face talk. And the outcome, that's a 10 of Cups. Like I said, one more pentacle, she would have it all. Is her pentacle this? Well, it's looking like it. That's a happy life and a happy family right there. That is a man loving his woman. That is a soul divine connection coming together. I also feel like if this King of Pentacles does have a family, it's like they're gonna push him to whoever this person might need to go towards, and the family will be very happy about it. It's almost like, we're tired of hearing you, bitch. Just go be happy. Because they want to be happy. They don't want to deal with them. Anyways, yes, Nine of Pentacles, you will have it all. Here's your 10. That's 2 10s. That's a completion of a cycle. That's her having it all and him having emotional fulfillment in a happy life, right? And just so you know, it's divinely protected. Ain't nobody gonna mess that up. But it is gonna bring happiness to a lot of people, especially if it is a twin flame, but it is a divine connection. So twin flames and soulmates, when they are divinely guided together, it is actually for the highest of everyone around them, because they give off an energy that is undeniable. And it is protected. Someone's still holding on to a past battle. Guess what? Help is arriving. Maybe you're holding on to a past battle with an Aquarius. Anyways, at the end of the day, help is arriving. Especially for those of you that are holding on to past grudges or past battles. Help is arriving so that you can be one with your feelings, okay? King of Cups. Typically, these are water sign energies. Doesn't have to be. Maybe you're just a man in love. Help is arriving to help you clear your heart so you can be balanced, okay? That's what that full moon is all about, especially in the sign of Gemini, because Gemini holds duality, right? So it's the yin to the yang. It's bringing two forces, masculine and feminine energy, to one. Anyways, King of Cups, once you are in your feelings and you're balanced, you got some truth to speak. Anyways, we got the King of Swords. So help is arriving for the King of Cups and the King of Swords. Again, maybe you're just a man in love, balancing your emotions, and you, King of Swords, could be air sign energy, doesn't have to be, but maybe you're a man bringing in some truth. You're standing in your power and you're standing in your truth, and help is arriving so that you can do that. And you know that something did not work out, something wasn't destined and fated, especially if you are of those two dudes. It brought an ending, maybe a death to the situation, maybe a spiritual awakening, but now you're standing in your power and truth, and your feelings are balanced. So something happened that wasn't destined and fated, but hey, you got a wake-up call. If something wasn't destined and fated, it will end. It's the death of the situation. Full moons bring endings to the chapters. This full moon is bringing a final verdict, like it's done like dinner. Yeah, completion of a cycle. It's over. And once you see that something is over, you're going to clearly see this Empress in reverse. Maybe some people know that they do have a bad mom. What is an Empress in reverse? A mom that's needy and clingy. Not a good mom. She don't take care of the house. She don't take care of herself. Maybe she's codependent. But something's going to end so that somebody can clearly see, hey, I've got a codependent mom and I got to put a healthy boundary up. You know, hey, I see something clearly. Maybe it's not a mom. Maybe it's a baby mama. You know, hey, this woman's, she's codependent, she's needy and clingy, and I see this clearly and I got to end it. Why? Because she's not bringing anything to the table, nothing good. She's only in it for herself, not for what's good for the other people around her, because she's an Empress in reverse. If it was upright, it would be different. But this is typically a woman who's unhealed, right? So, and she don't want to be healed. And some of you guys are going to have, especially masculine figures, are going to have a rude awakening to that. Like, yo, that's not good. That's a trauma bond. That's a toxic bond, and it needs to end. But you know why? Because she's ready for a new beginning. She wants it to end as well, and she sees that very clearly, that a new beginning. She does want a new beginning. She don't want to heal herself, but she does want a beginning. Maybe she wants a new beginning with an emperor, but hey, if you are this Empress, and maybe you're interested in an emperor will never be interested in an Empress in reverse, because you don't take care of anything. He does what's best for everyone involved. You are self-centered. You are selfish. You only think about what's good for you and not what's all the best for everyone involved. But it's time, because you do want a new beginning. And maybe you want a new beginning with an emperor. But let's see the outcome. What's this emperor going to do? Emperors are typically older males. They do the right thing for what's best for everyone involved. But he is going to pick his marriage over, let's say, a mother or some sort of mother figure. She wanted a new beginning, and he is no longer going to talk to her. Why? Because he's going to enter either a marriage or a soul contract with someone else. Again, an emperor does not mix well with an Empress in reverse. He wouldn't be able to. And there will no longer be any communication, at least not loving and kind communication. But he's married, or he's about to step into a relationship that is divinely guided, a soul tie, or a twin flame union. And he will stop communicating with this Empress in reverse. Why? Because the secrets came out. Darkness came to light. Yes, he knows that he will lose something he can't get back, but he's going to do the right thing. And by letting this person go, he finally gets his wish fulfillment. It may be devastating, but he's not going to apologize. He's done wasting his time and resources. And he is also maybe willing to just let go of his past, his childhood. He's not apologizing for it. He's not going to have any regret. Maybe he's finally going to say, you know what, I let go of everybody, my kids included. But you know what? He's going to get a wish fulfillment. Why? Because it was part of his soul contract to get his wish fulfillment. All he had to do was see the light and let it go. Maybe it's letting go, you know, but again, there's no regret here. He wasted too much time and energy on someone who's selfish, self-centered, codependent, only thinking about herself. That's draining energy right there. Yeah. Emperor, you might actually quit your job. You might even feel some sort of betrayed. But you're definitely no longer going to put any more work and effort into an Empress in reverse. Again, maybe there's some betrayal here. Maybe you feel like you're betraying that person, but you're not. Again, you're going to get a wish fulfillment. Emperor, you might need to dig deeper into something, or somebody is watching you. Whatever it is, you're going to clearly see it. Watch your pockets, your finances. You might be getting pocket watched. And I'm feeling like it's by her. Maybe she was only after you for your money. But you're going to clearly see, and you're going to break that karmic contract. And you will receive a wish fulfillment. Yeah, she just didn't want you to move forward, and she is trying to trap you or restrict you. And you are going to break free, because look at that. That's the Nine of Swords. That's entrapment. That's you breaking free. Queen of Swords, if you are an air sign, maybe you've been fighting some battles, you are definitely going to come into some sort of transformation. Yes, by the universe, and yes, you are being guided by the universe. Yes, you've been fighting a lot of people wearing masks. You've been telling the truth, cutting through the BS. And because of that, you have left some people freaking the F out. Kind of confused. Like, how did she know? Because she's a truth seeker, truth speaker. People don't like that. And yes, some people are freaking out. Why? Because they didn't want to hit rock bottom. But you are definitely, if you are the Queen of Swords, typically you're air sign energy, but you don't have to be. Maybe you're just a woman. I like to call them like my spiritual warriors are out here, you know, fighting battles that nobody knows about, and you're keeping quiet. You got some people freaking out, but and it's because you've healed from a major betrayal. You've already healed, and you're also not going to be hitting any type of rock bottom. And a lot of these people wanted you to, and that's why they're freaking out. Fire signs, you're in the upright position. You went through some sort of transformation. Maybe you did some inner work. You're going to be putting a lot of work and effort into something. Why? I don't know. Maybe it's put you in a mental prison. Maybe jail. Be very careful of what you're putting your energy into. Because what you put your energy into always comes back. So if you put a lot of work and effort saying, hey, because, you know, like a lot of you fire signs, or if you resonate with the King of Wands, maybe you're putting a lot of work and effort into something and you feel stuck or frozen. It's not time yet. Don't freak out. Maybe it's putting you in a mental prison, like, hey, I've been working so hard, why am I not getting anywhere? Or, hey, karma, Saturn's direct now. What you put a lot of work and effort. Maybe you were trying to put someone in jail. Maybe you were trying to trap them or put them in a mental prison. That energy comes right back around. But you will be taking more action towards something. Careful. Yeah, I see you putting matters into your own hands. You're not actually struggling. It's all mental. But here's what you don't see coming. You're not communicating. You won't be getting that email. You won't be getting that text message. But you do need to be very cautious. Why? Because you took something that wasn't yours. You took more than what you gave. And you might receive some bad news. And you already deeply inside know. And once you receive this bad news, your soul will actually rest. So it's completing a cycle. Something about abuse as well. Did you abuse the situation or try to manipulate the situation so that it would work out in your favor? Whatever it is, you will have clarity. Maybe you were abused, but whatever it is, you will have clarity. And it is going to put you in your feelings. Remember, what you put out also has to come back so that the universe can balance itself out. And then you will have a brand new beginning or a new idea. You might feel a little depressed over it, but you will return back to companionship and financial stability. But the problem is there is an injustice that either you caused or someone caused to you. and you caused it for stability. Well, guess what? It was a false stability, and it's time for you to heal. You will be exposed, or you will expose someone. I wouldn't travel at this time. I'd be very, very careful on traveling. But you're being guided not to travel and not to follow someone around. Because then if you are following someone around, you might end up in jail. Whatever it is, it's putting you in some sort of mental turmoil, and you need to let it go, and you need to heal. So, anyways, King of Wands are typically fire signs, but they don't have to be. Blockages will be removed, paths will be cleared. You will see something for all. This is for all. You will see something very clearly this week. Don't worry if you are the Nine of Pentacles. You are going to get a major wish fulfillment. You will have the Ten of Pentacles, and it is protected. But just know that they're fire signs. You might have to put a lot of work and effort into something. Or you have been. And hold on. It needs to end. It's over. You might actually have a spiritual awakening or some sort of wake-up call, but something is ending. It's over. It's done like dinner. And darkness will come to light. The secrets will be coming out. Something was not destined and fated. Something is not going to work out. Again, losing something you're not going to get back. Especially if you are a fire sign, you have an unforeseen situation that will arise that it might turn your world upside down. But it's actually going to cause a major ending, and it's actually going to be for the better so that it turns you into a different direction. Emperor, you have a phone call that might come in or that you're waiting on, and that's why you haven't moved forward yet. Once you receive this phone call, it's going to allow you to move forward, and it might bring in some sort of wish fulfillment. You're not quite moving yet, but it will release you from like your mental, like maybe some self-limiting beliefs or some self-restrictions. But whatever this phone call brings in, it lifts you from your restrictions. So you do have help arriving because you're breaking your karmic contracts. And when you break your karmic contract, you always get rewarded. So you do have a wish fulfillment coming in. And it looks like you're waiting on a phone call or some sort of communication. Just know that you are not going to hit rock bottom, and you do need to heal from some sort of major betrayal. Some of you that are not thinking clearly need to ground yourselves because you're putting yourself in your own mental restrictions. Those are the ones with the mental, like keeping yourself in some sort of mental loop, that's self-limiting beliefs. Some of you need to free yourself from that. Maybe you're restricting yourself because you do not want to have that conversation that you need to have. Some of you need to not talk to a woman that's not giving. Maybe she's not financially stable. Maybe she's not mentally stable. Some of you need to stop talking to her. because she's unstable, she's making you unstable, like let's say mentally. Maybe she's putting confusion in your brain. It's time to say, sayonara, sister. Just so you know, she ain't brokenhearted. She's doing it on purpose. And she will be exposed. Again, why? Because it wasn't destined and fated to be. And karma will be had. A lot of you are going to have clarities in that face-to-face talk. And once that some of you need to, I'm getting like, hey, some of you actually know that either you have been abused or you are abusive. Let's say you're the villain in someone's story. Maybe it's time that you have that face-to-face talk about why you are that way, So that, anyways, at the end of the day, there's clarity about whatever type of abuse that has been brought, either to you, like maybe you brought it to that person or that person to the other. Some sort of manipulation and abuse is going to be brought to the table to be talked about. And once that happens, let's say if you're the abuser or the manipulator, your soul now will be able to rest, because it's like you freed yourself and you finally came to terms with it. And other way around, hey, I wasn't abusive because I hated you. It was because I was dealing with something else. Well, that allows that other person to heal. So, and once that comes out, your soul will be able to rest. Don't do it in a form of an email or texting either. It's more of a, hey, we need to lay this out. Maybe you need to talk to your kids, you know. But some sort of communication needs to be had so that whoever did the wrong, that person's soul can now rest. It needs to be released, closed out for good, so that everyone can move forward. Doesn't mean that that person was a bad person, you know. Hey, you only can play the cards that your hands are dealt. I'm not saying, hey, people who are abusive, you know, they're good people 9 times out of the 10. It's just the little demon inside of them. They had no idea, you know, that they were like that. For some people have no idea. But whatever the case may be, the communication will be brought onto the table and souls will be able to rest and heal. Let's get some sort of an advice card to move forward for this week. What kind of advice do we need to have for this week? This came popping out. Presence. The present moment. Presence. You're being asked to spend more time in the present moment, to stop ruminating about the past or longing for the future. Your life is happening right now in the present moment. And when you're not in the present moment for it, you miss all of the beauty of the present moment. So be in the present moment. Live for now. Let's go to the dice. What does the dice have to say? Someone needs to say no. Something about a dark entity. Someone stopping the dark force or the dark entity. The contract's over. No longer you need to be around that certain type of entity or a demon or that type of spirit. Contract's over. There's no love there. Or someone has a dark entity and you need to say no because that person's gone. There's no love there. You can send that person love, but there's no love there. No hope. Someone's not moving yet because they're waiting on some sort of letter or some sort of communication, or the timing is not right yet. A lot of you might need to get some rest this week because you got a wish fulfillment coming in. Hey, something about the right time, right place, right time. There are better days coming in. Like someone's gonna, once this wish fulfillment comes in, it's like there are no more dark days. There's sunshine every day. Someone needs to focus more onto something. Put more focus into something. The masks are going to fall off and we are going to see a fall. Be careful of not slipping and falling. Something about someone's family's tree is going to be broken. Something about the Navy. Oh. Something about a celebration. I'm not sure. Something. I know the Navy's birthday, I think. I don't know if it's in December. I know I was in the Navy, but I was a Seabee. But I don't know if the Navy's birthday is coming up. But I don't know. Something about the Navy and celebrating. I don't know why. Pisces. It's time for you to take a risk on something, a gamble. You're going to have an idea. It will work out. But be careful. Don't take that drive. Something about driving Maybe it's not time yet to take that drive or whatever, because there's an idea that's going to come into play. Yeah, you're going to get an idea, and it's going to make you very happy, Pisces. And you will get a wish fulfillment. You are being asked to shine your light brightly so that people have to put on their sunglasses to see you. Tauruses. A lot of you Tauruses are going to break free from religion and get more spiritual. Also, Tauruses, you're going to be pulled to something. It's going to be one thing. But you're going to be like, you're also going to be a good manifester. So whatever you're trying to pull in, you will get it. Someone's going to take a fall and then speak upon it. This person is very arrogant and lonely. This person just needs love and wants love and attention, but it's going to try to get attention in a negative way. There is a male that might be hunted by an ancestor or some sort of like, maybe an ancestor or some sort of like spiritual like being. Could be an angel. And it's because you're carrying something you're not supposed to be carrying and they want you to put it down. You might get a message. Especially some of you males out there. Somebody's ancestor wants you to get in the car and go. And take that wall down. It'll bring in happiness. Pisces, you're going to get a glimpse of something where you need to be somewhere. They're telling you it's not time yet for you to drive to that location, but like you're going to be taking a trip when the timing is right. But don't do it yet. You'll know. Something about males and family, because I have a bear here. You need to take something about bears, maybe family. You need to take a leap of faith. Something about it was part of your birthright, or you'll get crowned. You'll be crowned king. I don't know. That makes sense to me, but messages are not technically always, they're not meant for me, they're meant for you guys. So if you are the zodiac sign of a dragon, be careful. Either you know something about police or an emergency might arise. Maybe you know someone that's going to get arrested, or you need to be careful, like, hey, don't drink and drive. Something about the police or an emergency will arise. Also, if you're the year of the dragon, be careful of something about in your house with water. Maybe a water line will break, or maybe your water heater, maybe your washer or dryer. Be careful of that, or it's a warning. Somebody's angel is upset with somebody, kind of like, okay, someone might be confused and they're repeating cycles or feel trapped. And it's because their guardian angel said, hey, you made a contract or you made a deal and you didn't do the deal. So, hey, now we're going to put you here until you're ready to fulfill that deal. But it's almost like you're going to have a spiritual awakening. So consider this like a little vacation. Anyways, this person might be confused or trapped in their mind, but you need to put your mind on vacation for sure. You'll have more clarity, but you've got angels that are trying to like put some sense into you. Maybe you need to work on your anger, or maybe you need to cry it out, but whatever it is, it's stopping you from where you're supposed to be. And you have an angel that is guiding you, and you need to start listening and pay attention to your dreams, is what I'm saying. And if you feel confused by the signs, it's because you're not ready to see them yet. And you will very soon, the moment you let go of that anger and feel love in your heart. even if it's just to love yourself, but you need to put some sort of love into your heart. And the angels are actually are even saying something about like you losing money. It's because you're not waking up. You don't get it. Yes, you are going to lose this money because it was a blessing and you didn't give it to the people that they wanted you to have. Like, if you came into money, it was because you were meant to give it to someone else, but you gave it to the wrong people. So now you have to pay that price back because you didn't do what you were supposed to do. You tried to break a contract, and the angels are saying, no, you made a contract, you made a deal. This is what's going to happen until you fulfill this deal. And things will get worse until you wake up. Get that anger out of your heart. Put some love in your heart. Maybe you need to cry it out. Maybe you just need to speak some truth. Maybe you need to drop the mask, your ego. You were trying to play a game. Game's over. Someone's swimming in regret right now because they wanted to say something and they didn't. But the moment that they speak it, it'll make them happy. Don't regret it. Just say it. Life's too short. The number 4 is significant. 4 days, 4 o'clock, December 4th. Expect a lot of changes. Also, the number 4 means you are protected. Also, the number 2, so change in partnerships. Number 2 is the sign of Gemini, the numeral sign of Gemini. Anyways, let's see. Let's get a moon card. Because the full moon, this is the energy of the full moon this week. Let's get a moon card. Also, I feel like once somebody has this conversation, somebody's been holding on to something and they should have said something sooner, but once they release it, they're going to be happy. It's like they drop their ego and say, hey, you know what? And it could be something as simple as that, you know what? I was wrong. I'm sorry. Hey, I love you. I should have told you that. You know, you are important to me. Something. At the end of the day, you're going to make, both parties are going to be happy, let's just say. Just open the lines of communication. At this time, it's a time for healing. That is the card, a time for healing. Let's get a fairy card. Got a lot of cosmic energies going on. A new career is on the way. Your work focus is shifting in a positive, new, and successful direction. Some of you might be getting new jobs, a new career. Let's do one more card because that was fun. Some of you might be traveling. An upcoming trip proves to be life-changing in positive ways. Traveling. Well, that's all I got. Let's do one more. Let's do the evil eye deck. The evil eye. I think when somebody talks, they're just going to spill it all out. They've been holding on to this for a long time. I feel like it's going to bring some truth and clarity to the situation. What do we need to know to move forward for the week, first week of December? What do we need to know? Someone does not want you to be happy in love. Someone's trying to block you. So, return to sender. Especially if it was, someone envies you and is trying to steal your essence to become a mirror image of you. I've had a couple people try to, would they want to like steal my life? Well, they got it, but they didn't know what that entailed, and they're not happy. They can have that portion of my life. I'm over that. I'm always onto different things. I don't sit in one place very long. My goals have been changing, and because my perspectives are changing too. So good luck with that. You can have my old life, because I don't even want my old life anymore. Anyways, let's end this beautiful reading so we can all move on. How do we end this reading? I'm waiting. They're being quiet. Well, we got two. I figured we were gonna, I had that feeling we were gonna have these two cards anyways. Not this one, but this one for sure. It kept calling to me today. Anyways, we got two cards, Gatekeepers and Gemini. Roman numeral 2, told you. The moon's gonna be in Gemini. Anyways, Gatekeepers. We're stepping into the unknown. There are gatekeepers in all of our dimensional realms, the realms of the unknown. Some offer protection and support, others manage our dream time and only allow higher vibrational energies to work and communicate with us. Gatekeepers only show up when your spiritual or intuitive gifts are open, offering you safety and guidance. What temptations are knocking at your gate? Are you being a true gatekeeper in your own life? You drew this card because either your gifts are going to be heightened and opened, or your gatekeeper is trying to communicate with you. So pay attention to the signs and call upon your gatekeeper to see what your gatekeeper is trying to protect or warn you from. Remember, a gate is simply an entry waypoint. You can either enter or exit. Your gatekeeper is your guard that stands alert, safeguarding those of both the physical and spiritual threats that surround us daily. As above, so below. They are the 5 senses relating to our physical senses, but they are also connected to our spiritual senses, which are our spiritual entry waypoints. As gatekeepers, we are responsible for what we allow into our lives. We must guard what we take in by using discernment for false narratives, distractions, lies, deception, or anything that attempts to divide or conquer us. This card may suggest that a spiritual warfare is on the rise and a need to up your physical or spiritual protection. Remember, evil only shows up when you get closer to God or anything that's divine. When we come from a place of love, we not only honor the legacy of the ancient gatekeepers, but we also fulfill the role that was entrusted to each of us as spiritual guardians. And of course, because the full moon, we got the number 2 in Gemini. Gemini, the sign of duality, partnership, and communication, holds the power number of 2. There is an importance of needing balance and harmony by balancing out the opposing forces in various aspects of life. This includes your personal relationships and creating equal reciprocity. The number 2 encourages you to listen to your inner guidance and trust in your intuition. Pay attention to your gut feelings. They are never wrong. This card can also indicate a need for effective communication to be able to gain the mutual support you may desire, and also urging you to nurture your connections of all kinds and be an active listener, and this allows love, compassion, growth, and change to take place. The number 2 also indicates that spiritual growth often involves selflessness and motivates you to engage in acts of kindness and service to others to enrich the lives of those around you. This will give you spiritual meaning by cultivating cooperation and unity, which will deepen your understanding of its importance in your life's journey, spiritually and personally. A new partnership may be on the horizon, but first you need to break out of your comfort zone and do something that will engage you in something actively. Think of it like this. Balance encourages you to seek equality in your life, acknowledging both sides of every experience while pursuing growth and expansion, while finding the flexibility and adapting to new ways of thinking or doing things. And by this, understanding this, you will create a strong foundation for yourself and for your partnerships of all kinds. Roman numerals convey a sense of history and do break information into easily organized structures. In this sense, maybe it is time for you to reorganize and simplify your life. I have been doing that, breaking things down, trying to reorganize and simplify my life. And I also have realized something because I asked the universe, Why am I stuck doing this thing that you keep wanting me to do? And the answer was, you've already served people at the top, and look where that got you. Now you're serving people at the bottom, and look what's happening. Look how many people's lives you have reached out. And you know what? Now I know why I am where I am. Didn't like it. I didn't like being where I'm at, but you know what? I have gotten actually some soul gratification out of it. And it's part of everyone's journey. Sometimes we don't want to do what the divine wants us to do, but then once you do it, you're like, okay, I get it. I'm right where I'm supposed to be, of course. But anyhow, that's it. Good luck to everybody. Yeah, definitely try to simplify your life, and good luck on this full moon energy for especially the 5 signs that I talked about. Just let it all go, and basically just have trust and faith in the process. And until we all meet again, namaste.